What's going on, y'all? We are here, and then somebody was up in my comments so adamant and so badly wanted me to do this movie. I had already had it on my list or whatever, so it is what it is. But baby, let's just get into it. First of all, happy Sunday to everybody. A happy spooky season. So all this month we're doing horror movies, spooky movies, whatever you want to call it, baby. Last time we did Mr. Crockett. Before that, we did. Girl, what did we do before Mr. Crockett? I can't even remember. Y'all go back and y'all watch it. Anyway, so we are here for the front room. Now, it stars Brandy Norwood. Okay, B Rocker. And I've always said that I do love Brandy voice and songs and stuff like that, but I'm not a stan of hers when it comes to music and all that. But like everybody else is, I prefer Brandy, even though her voice is amazing. Let's just get that clear. But I prefer Brandy when she acting. Honestly, okay? Like I love me some Moesha, even though I couldn't stand that character. I loved her in Cinderella. I loved her in just about everything that she has been in, especially I don't care what nobody say. Carla was the final girl. Freak, Jennifer Love Hewitt. Freak that. Okay, it was Carla. Carla did that up, and I still know she did that summer. Now I heard that y'all in the process of doing or bringing back and doing another edition two. I know what you did last summer. Franchise. I don't know how it's gonna go, but baby, all I gotta say is Carla character better pop the fuck up in there. Okay, that's all I gotta say. But honestly, I don't know if Brandy was trying to wet her whistle back into the acting foray, but this one just really wasn't for me. This just really wasn't for me. It just did not do anything for me, and I'm sad about it. I'm really sad about it because, there we go. I'm really sad about it because I really had hopes. I really had hopes, and you want to know what it is? It's not even her that did anything wrong. It was the whole story. It was the whole story. It was the whole plot and the script and everything else. Brandy did a good job. Brandy, like I said, I prefer her acting. She played the part that she was supposed to play. You know. But as far as the movie goes, the movie was trash to me, honestly. It took too long to get to the point, and they build it up. So I don't even know if this really supposed to be a horror movie or just a thriller or suspense, or more so probably like suspense, okay? Because ain't nothing horrible, like horrifying happened. It was more so probably like psychological, if you want to say it. Somebody playing mind games and all that stuff, and then you got the religious aspect to it. And it's like you've seen this before. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting in the mode. Like we've seen so many of these movies, and that's why when I get into looking at, especially like the movies from like this year, 2024, these current movies, since we have seen so many of these movies with the same themes and everything, I'm just thinking that we can have the same things, we can have themes, we can have the same concepts or whatever, but I'm just hoping that they would be elevated. You know what I'm saying? Go a different route as to how they present it to us. Of course, we got the nagging parent that comes back and wreaks havoc. How y'all want to do it? But I mean, all right. I didn't like the movie. Would I sit and watch and be like, oh, let me put on the front room and let me no. And you want to know really what it was? I feel like it was because, and maybe they did this on purpose, the lady that played the mama, the stepmama, the crazy bitch, she annoyed me so bad, and I couldn't really figure out, like, did she really talk like that? I'm pretty sure because I looked her up a little bit. It says that she's a British American actress. So I don't know if she has that real accent. The accent, of course, we know was exaggerated for the sake of the film, right? I was like, is she white? Is she black? Is she mixed? Because that scene when she was up in the tub, she looked a little dark skinned. I said, she got a tan? Where is she? You know, I was really confused, like the voice, the tone, and the southern, the extreme southern drawl that was so exaggerated. It was just really irritated me. The wig made me hard to focus because then I realized it was a wig when they took that. I said, "Oh, that really was a wig when she was up in." I said, "You didn't have to have her up in that goddamn tub like that with her arms, her titties just like slanging." Okay, and I was like, "What are we doing?" And then with her bald head, okay, I said, give her some decency, but she ain't get him no decency, so who cares? But anyway, let's just get up into the story, the gist of the movies. Like, if you haven't seen the movie, you want to see the movie before I start getting into it, lock off, okay? Like, log off. If you don't care about the fact that I'm about to spoil the whole movie, keep watching. So if you want to watch it, I rented it off of YouTube. You can rent it off of YouTube. You can rent it off of Apple TV. I believe it's on Prime Video as well. And I think it's like $19.99 all around. I know somebody gonna be like $19.99, but I mean, if you're a fan of Brandy, you'll do it. That's the reason why I did it. But you know, hey, it is what it is. That's what I would have paid if I would have went to the movies to go see it. Actually, so it's nothing to me. But um. and I like to support black people, so there's that. So we get up into the movie, and I felt bad for her character. First of all, Brandy's character name is Belinda. Her mama name that we found out later on is Gertrude. Okay, now given how old Brandy looked, or I don't know if Brandy was playing somebody of her age or someone younger in her. I don't know. Either way, it makes sense for her mama name to be Gertrude, but it don't make sense for her name to be Belinda. I said, girl, what time period are we in 2024? We still got somebody that's young named Belinda. Girl, I was at work. Speaking of names, I was at work, and this girl came up to the desk to log in, to go into a study room or whatever. Her name was Mabel. Her name was Mabel, and I'm pretty sure I'm older than her. Okay? I'm 37. All right, I am 37 years old. Okay, I will put that out there proudly. Your bitch is 37. Mom looked like she a good 10 years younger than me. I said, man, in my mind, I said, Mabel sis? Medea? I'm sorry. I was so surprised. And she was black and she was cute. I said, what? You must got an old mama, an older mother, I should say, or you probably was raised by your grandma. I don't know, but Mabel in 2024, that was interesting. That was interesting. That means you was born in the 90s. And your name was Mabel going up. Wow. Wow. Anyway, moving on from that, Miss Belinda, she with a white man named Norman. Okay, and the whole time that they kept on saying Norman Jean, Norman Jean, Norman Jean, that's what the grandmama was called. His stepmama, I should say, was calling him, because his name is Norman, but she calls him Norman Jean, right? I don't know if that was his middle name or if that was just something that she put on, because you know how it is down in the South. You got two names sometimes like that, and so that's just what it was. Mind you, her name, and mind you, every time she just kept on saying Norman, it was giving me, I was like, so his name is Norman. I'm already going into the movie thinking this is going to be like a horror movie, thriller, something like that. So I'm hearing Norman, and then I'm seeing this old woman who looks crippled and emaciated, that's what I should say, and just on the verge of death. She already looks skeletal as it is, and I'm like, it's giving very much Psycho. Y'all know the main character in Psycho was Norman. That he had his mama's bones. She looked like the mama's bones. No shade. She looked like the mama's bones. And so every time she was saying Norman, 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 I was just like, and he had problems with the mama and all that stuff too. And then, y'all know what Norman and Psycho is. And if you ain't never seen Psycho, go see it. And I'm not talking about the remake. I'm talking about the original Alfred Hitchcock movie, okay? That is the thing, bitch. And then go watch The Birds. Go watch The Birds too. That movie was funny to me. Because I'm like, y'all getting ate up by birds? The birds are just attacking. But anyway, that's the day on that. But his stepmama name is Solange. I said Solange. It's like the first time I ever heard somebody named Solange outside of Solange. No. You know what I'm saying? I said Solange. And then I had to look it up because, again, the movie is heavily religious. You know what I'm saying? Because it's dealing with religion, it's dealing with spirituality, it's dealing with different cultures and things of that such. And I had to go look up what the actual meaning of Solange is. And it means, it's French and Latin. This is what it says. The name Solange is of French and Latin origin and means solemn or religious. What did it say? Historical significance. In earlier times, Solange was often given to girls who were seen as pious and devoted to their faith, which makes sense as the reason why Mama was named Solange. It was popular in France during the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. Okay. Solange may also be associated with the following traits: cheerful, optimistic, friendly, intelligent, having a strong sense of humor, good at making friends, building strong relationships, communicating their ideas and clearly. And honestly, when I think about Solange Knowles, just kind of does those characteristics, because she's very, very, very like artistic and everything and creative. Anyway, moving on from that. So I was just like, that's interesting. I never knew that that's what that meant, but then it makes sense now that I looked it up, and that's why her name was that. And basically, when we get into the movie, we got Norman and Belinda. They're together, an interracial couple. Okay, interracial couple that plays a part into this as well. Um, and again, and I'm sorry to put this out here. This is just the reason why I can never be with somebody that is outside my own. I could be friends with you, but I can't be in a relationship because I don't got time to be teaching you this and that. And even with friends or whatever, sometimes you got to get the ones that already understand. Because I don't got time to be teaching you the significance of why this is offensive and why this ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I just don't have it. Okay. And she married to this man. And at first, I thought he was gonna be the one that's gonna turn out to be a little crazy and gonna try to attack her and all this stuff. And they trying to bring, he acting like he, on her side, and he can't stand the grandmama, or I should say the stepmama, but really he just doing all this to bring her into the covenant and all that stuff or whatever. Oh no, it really wasn't nothing like that. He really couldn't stand that bitch. He really couldn't stand her ass. Okay, he really could not stand her. Belinda is going through it. She's a professor at a college, and she's not tenured, but she's also pregnant, and her job is on the line. She it's like it felt like she did women's studies, but she was talking about fertility and different, goddesses and gods of fertility and things of that such, whatever. And then, she keeps going into the office. First of all, that the topic that she was talking about was very interesting to me. I would have been paying attention. Them kids was not paying attention, or I should say, them young adults was not paying attention. They was looking bored, and I said, "Who raised y'all? Okay, like, pay attention. Get a little bit into it." She was trying to get a little bit of class participation. Wasn't nobody saying nothing, and so and I feel like it was because she was about to either go on maternity leave, and then they was trying to divvy up a lot of her classes and stuff, and we found out that a lot of her classes were getting shut down. Baby, what time is it? Why I got 3 different times? My watch, okay, that's a little fast. Never mind. Anyway, her classes was being given to other people, and it was almost as if they were trying to push her out just because she was pregnant, to the point that she had to quit. Because every time she tried to meet with the dean of the college, he's never in the office. We never saw him. We saw the secretary who just kept on saying, "Oh, we need a person like you, and I seen people like you leave, and we need you to stay here and all this stuff." Woo, woo, woo. You telling me that you need me, but yet you got this man that's acting like he don't need me, and it's almost giving a little bit of sexist vibe, because like what is it? Because she's pregnant, you want to get rid of her and all this stuff. And it came to a point where she's just so stressed out, she quits. Okay, the husband Norman, he is a defense lawyer, so he's working on trying to build up his I guess reputation, so he can go ahead and get a job at a firm and become like a partner or something like that. So they're struggling. It comes to a point where she was trying to buy some paint at the hardware store, and the card declined. Okay, the card declined. So they going through it, and she also keeps having these hallucinations about, giving birth and the babies and all this stuff. And, she's sleepwalking or whatever. And come to find out, Shout out to Cleo Trapper. Come to find out, it's all because of trauma that she had from actually miscarrying her first baby. Now, I don't know if she actually gave birth to the baby. I believe she gave birth to a boy. His name was Wallace. And we saw at one point she opened up the drawer and it was like it said a certificate of birth and it said born to the parents of Belinda and Norman on October 3rd, 2022. Oh, so the baby would have been 2 years old. Happy birthday. Happy heavenly birthday. But anyway, so you got that going on. And so now we realize that she had a baby at one point. The baby didn't survive. And so she's going with the trauma of that. And then, she's trying to be a little bit more careful with the fact that she's pregnant now. And so you don't want that much stress on you. You do not want stress on you, on your body, and all of that stuff. Norman finds out that his daddy is sick. Okay, he in the hospital. And then he gets a phone call saying that the daddy died. Okay, the daddy had cancer. Now, he grew up with the stepmama, and the stepmama was one of those overly religious type of people. He said at one point, she used to whoop him or discipline him and not let him eat until he sang something in the name of Jesus or something like that. One of these songs in a correct pitch or the way that it's supposed to be to her liking. What? What? So basically, she was the type of woman that just forced all of her type of religious, so deep into the church and it just became fanatical. You know what I'm saying? Everything's about God, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you overdo it and then you're trying to force it on other people and then it comes to the point of like you make that your whole personality, that's what Solange was doing. And Solange is an old ass bitch, okay? So she's been doing this for years, okay? For decades, right? And then her husband, his father, was doing it too. And so when we finally see them at the funeral and we finally get to see Solange, baby, first of all, Solange is sitting there with the black veil on her. Okay, she's in mourning. That white lady that turned around and looked at Belinda like, I said, that was a little bit too creepy for me. I said, Belinda, it's time to get the hell up out of here. Now, your man, they told you already that he ain't give a damn about this lady. You told us, so let's go. We got to go support. Support what? You don't know these people. Listen to your man, okay? You should have listened to that man. He said the bitch wasn't shit, and the bitch really turned out to be shit, okay? And so, you get there, and then you got that other white lady that just sitting there like this. I was like, oh, what's going on? All these older people. And it just looked real creepy. Like, I just don't trust the congregation of people. Now, listen, I'm not the most religious, okay? Meaning I ain't finna go to no church or whatever to go pray and all that stuff. I pray in my house. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to do all that. I believe in God. I'm a Christian, all that stuff. I already know that. I read my Bible, okay? But here's the thing. If I was to go to a place of holiness and to a place to pray and to worship, I would be very wary. And this could mean me being a little ignorant, but I would be very wary going into a place where it's just nothing but old ass people up in there. And I'm talking about, and especially if it's old Caucasian people. Because I said, where is the people of color? Belinda was the only person of color that was there at that funeral. And I said, everybody looked like they were 50 and up. And I just said, this don't work for me. Something about this just don't feel right. I said, Belinda, leave. Belinda, leave. Belinda said, no, I'm finna support my husband. Okay, that's what we finna do. Girl, when we finally met Solange sitting there getting prayed upon and they speaking on tongues and all this stuff. First of all, they just praying. She's sitting there in the chair in the middle of the floor. I said, now, is it about your husband or is it about you? I know you grieving. You just lost your man. But, girl, it's just a lot. It was giving very much coat vibes, okay? And I said, Belinda, you don't see what's going on? This lady got two canes, okay? Two big-ass canes taller than her ass. And she's sitting in the middle with all that black veil on her. And then 4 people around her just laying hands. And I just said, it's something about saying, and I know this may sound ignorant again, but to see white people laying hands compared to black people laying hands, it even still did felt a little seasonless. Okay, it felt a little seasonless. Alright. And then when we finally see her, she kept on saying her name. When we finally see Solange, first of all, Solange, Mama, you look creepy as hell. That's probably what the horror was. She looked creepy and they made her look like that on purpose. And then the voice situation, I was like, what is going on? Girl, and then, it was the whole way of her saying Belinda's name. Her name is Belinda. She kept on saying Belinda. E-R. There was a few different instances in this movie where I was ready for this lady to call her an N-word. with the heart ER. Okay, because we find out that when they go to the wheel, they leave everything to the son. Leave it to Norman. And she was like, I'll give you the house, I'll give you the money and all this stuff as long as you just let me live in the house with you, okay? And I was like, ew, no. So, and Belinda said yes, because we need the money. Listen, I tried to go buy some paint and the garden declined. Do you know how embarrassing that was? Come on, we ain't got no money and we got a baby coming. I said, Belinda, I know you regret that for a second because, Mama let her, they let the lady stay. Norman was not here for, but they let the lady stay. At one point, they were sitting down there talking. That lady started coughing, and she coughed us up. I'm thinking she finna cough us some mucus. Girl, I don't know what the fuck that shit was. All I know, it was watery, it was mushy, it looked like some mashed potato peas, and she put it in her purse. I said, what? You coughed it up into a handkerchief and then you put it in your purse? Your pocketbook. That's how they call it. I said, ew. And then, she's imposing her religious beliefs and making them pray, making them do all this other stuff. And, they just not that religious. They're not religious. And most of the reason why probably Norman not religion is because of the trauma that he experienced being with her, and what she had them doing, had him doing as a kid. They was going through her stuff, girl. We found out that bitch is racist. You got a Confederacy certificate up in your you carrying it around in your pocketbook on your belongings. And as soon as Belinda saw that, she should have told Norman, listen, your lady, the stepmom gotta get the hell up out of here, okay? It was so many instances where she could have said, you know what, I know I said bring this bitch up here, but we're gonna have to let this lady go, okay? Because it's just a little bit too much and I just can't deal with it, all right? She's already offended me, okay? Another instance where they was got offended. Girl, when they was sitting down there for the first meal and she made some ham, she was like, how the food taste? How's the ham? But Salon said real quick, salty. And it was just the way she said it. I said, bitch. Norman said, you don't have to say it like that. And then Belinda looked at him like, well, wait a minute, what you trying to say? She ain't got to say it like that, but that means that you kind of feel the same way, huh? He said, I mean, it is a little bit saucy, but come on, she ain't have to say it like that. I said, child, Norman, you just be quiet. Now, she touched that baby. Now, when they first met, I don't like this. I don't know you. I ain't never seen you before. Do not touch me, okay? When she first seen Solange, I don't care if you grieving or not. This our first meeting. Hello, how you doing? Shake my hand. If I put my hand out there for you to shake, okay, that's what you do. No, what she did was put her hand on that lady's stomach and said, "Oh, you having a girl?" And I said, "Excuse me. First of all, don't touch her. You don't even know her. You can be communicating some stuff and transmitting some stuff. Brain waves and all this stuff through the baby, through the womb, and all that. I don't want. Okay, and that's exactly what was going on. She was putting spells up on that house. Okay, at one point at the table, she was like, "What you gonna name the baby?" They said Fern. Fern, what you going? Some plants up in there? Now I ain't even gonna lie, that shit did make me laugh. That baby laugh. Okay, she was like, "What's your mama name?" She was like, "My mama," because she said it should be a family name. She said, "Well, my mama name is Gertrude." Okay, Gertrude. She kind of was like, "Bitch, what?" Ugh. Okay, what's your daddy name? My daddy name was Walker or something like that. Oh, he was. And then from that moment on, she started assuming that basically she came from a broken home. It was like, but he didn't stay with us or whatever. And it was like, oh, a broken home. She said he didn't stay with us because, first of all, they was both in academics and he died after I was born. And she was like, oh, well, my apologies for assuming. I said, yeah, bitch. Okay, I was like, strike 80,000. Okay, get this head up out of here, And I was like. She was like, firm, no, we should give it something else. Okay, let me think. And next thing you know, she started speaking in tongues, and she was like, doing the tongues thing. And next thing you know, Wally, Wallace, Lawrence. You know what? He has told me that the baby name should be Lawrence. We can make it gender appropriate and probably name her Lori. Now, Lawrence is Norman's daddy's name. Norman daddy just died, right? And I said, how dare you come up into my house or whoever house it is, and tell me that you gonna name my baby Lord. I said I wanted my baby to be named Fern, and that's what it should have been. Fern. Okay, that's what it's gonna be. Fern Gully up in this bitch. Okay, now if I wanted to be named Fern, that's what it's gonna be. You ain't gonna come up in here and change my baby name, and I'm gonna go along with it. I said, what is happening here? I said, Belinda, bitch, you are black. You letting this lady tell you all this shit. Okay, and then she said, how the fuck you know about Wallace? Baby, Wallace is her dead baby name. And then here's the part that also behooved me. Okay, I get it that you got trauma around your baby passing away, and the baby room, the old baby room, is up there by your room, on the second floor. But how come the new baby gotta suffer and you gonna put the new baby nursery down on the first floor? That don't make no goddamn sense, okay? Because they was finna give grandmama the room upstairs next to them so they can be close. But grandmama said, or I should say, stepmama said, girl, I can't walk up them goddamn stairs. Put me up in this bedroom. The bedroom on the foot in the front room, that's the name of the movie, is the baby's nursery. And I was like, that don't even make sense. Why would you, especially a newborn baby? Why would you have a baby downstairs instead of having them upstairs? I get you got trauma around the other baby because that was the other baby room, but come on now. And so they had to switch. And baby, at one point, I'm not finna go through this whole movie because the movie was stupid. She was speaking in tongues again. The lady was pregnant, of course. Then we find out that Solange is dealing with some versions of incompetence because at one point, you know, Belinda came up in there and she was trying to see if Solange was okay. She was like, Solange, girl, what's going on? Come out here. Baby, Solange was on that floor, face down. Face down. Mind you, she an old ass bitch. She looked like she was at least 130 years old. And I said, now you walking with two canes and you can't barely stand up straight. How the hell is you laying straight on the floor on your stomach? And then you was able to get up. She was like, I was in the middle of a prayer. Interrupted prayers don't get answered. I said, what you trying to say? She ain't mean to interrupt your ass. She was just trying to see if your ass was still alive, bitch. Okay? And then she pissed on the girl. At one point, she was sitting on that couch. Belinda moved something back. She had pissed on the couch. That's when she found out that she was incontinent. And so she wound up telling her husband, girl, she got pissed and snapped the hell off. Next thing you know, she was upstairs. She was up in the bedroom. No, she was in her bedroom. Belinda came in there because she was saying, help me. Girl, they opened up the room door and it stunk so goddamn bad because this bitch did piss and shit it all over the place. And I said, oh my God, you mean to tell me you can get your ass on the floor and pray and get your ass back up and be sturdy on them damn knees, but you couldn't get your ass up and go to the bathroom and take a shit? You gotta be kidding me, okay? And what made me so mad about Norman is I get that you a lawyer and you got a heck of a job, and at this point you probably the only one that's bringing in the paycheck or whatever. But at the same time, you putting all this responsibility on your wife to take care of this lady plus to take care of the baby, okay? Because at this point the baby is here. Now let me tell you something. Solange said some type of goddamn prayer. She put in this little necklace or whatever, Dee necklace all over Belinda shit, and I felt like she cursed the house. Okay, she cursed the house. And next thing you know, all of a sudden, while she's standing in there on her knees saying a prayer after you done shit it every goddamn well, bitch, girl, shitty booty ass. Okay, just Miss Pissy. I mean, pissed and shit everywhere. And you up in there praying, and mama go into premature labor. She had to have a C-section, and then when she come back in the house, girl, do you know she had made the house up and turned it into her own home? Solange, I'm talking about. And I said, excuse me, if you don't get this old ass, raggedy ass, 1800 ass furniture up out of here. I mean, it had crosses here, Confederate soldiers pictures here, all this stuff there. And then you had people from the church up in there praying, her little Bible study people. I said, what is going on? Belinda grunting in pain. She just had the baby. They done took the baby from her. I said, what in the Rosemary baby is going on? Get that lady back her baby. They putting their hands on her stomach. They done pour her bandage down so we can see the scar. Okay, and then they just putting hands on her. I said, excuse me, Belinda, snap the fuck up out of it and get these motherfuckers out of here. She eventually told them to get the hell up out of our house. Okay, But Belinda realized that Solange was doing all this shit on purpose. That bitch could walk. That bitch could walk. She was doing all this so that she can get Norman back in her good graces and turn them against her. Okay, she was trying to make it look like Belinda was going through some things. Belinda was going mental. Belinda was going cray cray. You know, because every time an incident would happen and Norman would have to come and take care of her, she'd turn around and look at Belinda and smile. I said, bitch, Mama would have been gas smothered in her sleep. Okay, I'm not here for elder abuse, but that's one little bitch I would have knocked down the steps. Y'all never see whatever happened to Mary Jane, Baby Jane. Yeah, yeah. Mom would have fell down the steps or whatever because we just not playing. You are coming into my home, and then I felt like she was doing a lot of this stuff too because the way that they got the furniture is, you know, she said if you let me bring my Bible study people over, I can get some new furniture. And of course, Norman said, "Cool, cool, cool, cool." Right when she was in the hospital, and I'm talking about Belinda, knowing damn well that she wanted to improve all this shit. And then you had them people come over there and probably put a curse on her. And then the baby wasn't latching on to her because of whatever it was that, Solange was up there doing. And then it came at one point, the baby was crying. And then you put the necklace that Solange had put over her fertility statue thing or whatever. And, she put it over the baby stopped crying. She take it away, the baby cried. She put it back over there, the baby crying. I said, girl, it's time to get this lady up out your house, okay? She is making you crazy. She turning your husband against you and all this stuff. At one point, the husband go up in the room talking to her and close the door. This bitch up there coming for Belinda, and then this bitch gonna fall and hit her head on the goddamn table on purpose, and then her mouth got busted, and the husband came in, and she was like, "Oh my God, she hit me. She did all this magic." Previously, she was just laughing at what she just did to herself. So she set Belinda up the whole time, all right, and trying to make her seem crazy and all this stuff. And I really felt, and this is all because she called her ass a fucking racist. She was like, "Bitch, you a fucking racist." I was like, "Yeah, you are." You are, and at the end of the day, I'm just waiting. Mind you, the movie was dragging so much. I wanted so much more to happen. The way that they had it set up was like, especially, I think that's what drew a lot of people in. Because in the preview, we did see that scene where the old lady hit her head on the table. And I said, "Oh shit, what's about to happen?" I'm thinking death about to happen. Girl, ain't nothing really happened up in this besides this lady just taunting her. And it was just going, and it wasn't even that much, okay? She just kept pissing and shitting everywhere. That's just what it was, okay? Until Belinda really got fed the fuck up. And then she tried to make it seem like Belinda was hurting the baby. Because at one point, Belinda had a hallucination that, she came up into that room. First of all, we saw the one when she had the hallucination when Solange was holding the baby. And it was like 6 titties on Solange, and Solange was breastfeeding her own baby. And I'm talking about Belinda's baby, right? And that's when she hit her head. Okay, she had another hallucination where she's seeing, hearing Norman crying, talking about something. "I want my mommy. I want mommy." And then she goes up into the room and she sees Solange breastfeeding this man. And this is when Belinda said, "You know what? Fuck all of this shit." Because then Norman came downstairs. Norman came downstairs with the baby and said, "You hit the baby? You up here hurting the baby?" She was like, "What are you talking about?" And she looked at the baby arm, and it's a bite mark on the arm. She was like, "I didn't do that, and you know I didn't do that." And he was about to say, "Yes, you did, bitch. Who else did? Because Solange can't get upstairs. She been down here." She said, first of all, that bitch been faking this whole damn time. She don't need them damn canes to walk, okay? She been pretending all this time, right? And then he still wasn't trying to believe her. But then Belinda said, "Oh, excuse me, look at the bite mark. It's missing a couple of teeth, okay? I got all mine." All right. So that's Melinda. That's your goddamn stepmama. So they go up in there. And he was like, "So you did this to the baby? You been telling me this whole thing? You been pretending this whole time?" It was like, "You know what, bitch? You gonna have to get the fuck out." Okay. At this moment, I guess Norman decided to stand up slightly, and then I guess Miss Solange really wasn't here for it. Miss Solange really wasn't here for it, you know what I'm saying? And then when they leave out, she's screaming up in there, "How come I just can't die? How come I can't just die?" And then all of a sudden, while they laying in the bed, Belinda wakes up and she was like, "Oh my God, Norman, she's latching. She's latching." I said, "What?" The baby is in the bed with her. And the baby finally latched on her titty. because the baby wasn't doing that. She had to feed the baby from the bottle because the baby wasn't breastfeeding. She wasn't latching. And so next thing you know, she woke up and we found out that what happened? Solange was dead, bitch. Solange was dead. Then I said, oh, how the bitch die? Girl, I'm wondering how she died like this. What happened? And then we see her getting cremated and we see like this whole, it's like the light has come back. You know, everything is getting better, money is better, the home is getting sold, and Belinda gets a new job. She's pregnant again with twins this time. Norman, he got a better job. I guess he's a law firm partner, a law partner now, or whatever. And they got a new house. He like, don't it feel a little bit weird? You know how all this is going on. We spending Solange money and all this shit. She said, hell no. And we do a backtrack, and you want to know how Solange died? When she said, how come I just can't die? How come I can't just die? Belinda said, fuck that shit, and she wound up suffocating that bitch. I said, really? That's how it went out? And that's just all that it was. It was just man. Anyway, bullshit. Okay, it had potential. It had potential. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It ain't nothing that I'd be like, oh, let me put on there. You have to be a hardcore fan of one of the characters of the Brandy or somebody to just be like, let me throw on the front row. And again, it wasn't Brandy. It was the script. Okay? It was the script. It needed more. It needed more. I was just bored with it, honestly. I was bored with it. Because it's like I've seen this before. And I'm thinking how they going to play this out. And I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. It didn't do it for me. But you guys tell me how you felt about it if you already seen it. To the person that wanted me to talk about it so bad, honestly, I could have gave this a 5-minute review if I'm really being serious. Because it was just that. It didn't do absolutely nothing for me. Honestly, I kind of want my money back. But, we got to support black people. Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Y'all will see me later on tonight for Real Housewives of Potomac. Got my TV working again. So we back on schedule, okay? And yeah, I hope y'all have an amazing week too. Peace.